Previously on Disruptive Pitch.
If they've asked those questions and they've decided that this is how I'm going to answer these questions, you can actually know beforehand the impact of your decisions and then make them more intelligently.
How do they know how to configure your portal?
Well, that's the clever bit, I suppose, that we are very good, I have to say, what we do in terms of cybersecurity. We understand the cybersecurity area.
We have decided, Peter Bradley, Team Neil, from Tourism.
And Vignesh from Massive Analytics for Team Andy.
Contestants from all over the UK have come to pitch their ideas to 4 of the industry's leading technology specialists. Emerging and startup technology companies have come to London for their chance to have their pitch heard. Judges Neil Cattermole and Andrew McClean from Compare the Cloud will be joined by guest judges each month. But this isn't about delivering just any pitch. It's about who's got what it takes to deliver the perfect pitch.
Hi and welcome to Disruptive Pitch, where Countdown meets Strictly. I'm your host David Fern and welcome back to episode 2. We're back again with 8 new startups ready to pitch to our judges to win a spot with Massive Analytics and Torsion Information Security for a place at our live final at Cloud Expo Europe next year in March. So, without further ado, let's get started. And here comes our first pitcher up to the plate.
Hi David.
Nice to meet you. What's your
you.
name? Where'd you come from?
My name is Tom. I'm from a company called Tutela.
Fantastic. So do you do this a lot? Do you get involved in much pitching?
Yeah, second one of the day actually.
Fantastic. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Hope you're ready to go meet our four judges. So off you go. Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Thanks.
So when he goes, let's wish him some luck.
Hi. So my name's Tom. I'm from a company called Tutela. We're a mobile data and analytics company, and we're focusing on disrupting 2 industries. The mobile telecoms industry, but at the same time, the mobile games industry. And our overall goal is to improve the quality of mobile user experience, but also to find a new revenue stream for the mobile games industry worth millions of dollars. There are 2 big frustrations people have in the mobile space. The first one is coverage. So when you don't have good 3G or 4G coverage where you are, you can't do some of the things that you want to do, like watch a video on YouTube or upload a picture to Facebook. It's frustrating when the quality of the network where you are is just not good enough for you. The second frustration people face is adverts. Now we all know this one. You're trying to play Candy Crush or Subway Surfer or one of these games and you're just about to get that high score and you get interrupted by an advert. It's frustrating, but we understand that mobile games companies, they need to find a way to make money for themselves, so you tolerate it, but it is a bit frustrating. So at Tutela, we're trying to actually solve these 2 problems. We're trying to make the world's internet quality better, but also find a new revenue opportunity which will reduce the number of adverts in games. And let me tell you how it works. Tutela, we partner with these games companies and we place a small piece of our software inside their game or app. That software collects anonymous information about different things, but predominantly the quality of mobile network coverage where the device is being used. That information is transmitted back to our servers where we can see and do analysis and create reports to show heat maps of where the quality of the internet is good and bad in different parts of the world. So we have over 100 app partners currently transmitting this data back to our server on a regular basis. And we sell that data to telecoms companies. Telecoms companies use this data to see where the coverage is good and bad and to allow them to take action so they can invest and make quality better for everyone. The money we make from these partnerships, we share with the games companies. So they make money without having to add any more adverts using this anonymous data. So that's Tutela. That's how we allow games companies to make money from without having any more adverts. In fact, one of our games partners is going to make over $1 million per year as a result of our partnership. So we don't collect any personal data whatsoever, and we don't collect any information that could uniquely identify a device, which makes sure all the users and participants are always protected. So that's it, that's Tutela. We help understand the world's internet and try to improve it, but also create a new way for games companies to make money without any adverts. Thank you.
Fantastic. Tom, when you put an application out, a lot of these applications will be through the iStore.
Yeah.
How have Apple? Do you have any conflict with Apple? Because obviously Apple have to authorize these things to go through.
Yeah.
How have you got around that?
Sure. Well, we don't get around it. We're just fully compliant with the different App Store policies, both of Apple and Google. So we work very hard to make sure we're compliant with all of their terms and conditions. But not only that, we're also compliant with data protection legislation across the world to make sure that we're not getting around anything, but actually we're fully compliant with all of those different pieces.
Excellent.
The type of data that you're capturing, it's generic, I take it. It's nothing personal to me if it was installed on my phone. What do you do with that data? Yeah.
Well, it's actually very helpful to telecoms companies because what we can do is show them, without identifying the user or the device, we can show them what parts of the world or what parts of a city have got good or bad 4G coverage. So telecoms companies are always trying to make their coverage better to give their users a better experience. So with our reports and our data, we can show them where it's good and where it's bad, of course without identifying the users. That's not of interest to us or to them. So they can then make investments, they can take action, install more equipment to improve the quality of service so that you can get back to that YouTube video.
I guess there'll be it's a significant revenue generation for you.
Yes, actually it's a very large industry. So actually the way that the industry currently does this is by driving around in cars with lots of equipment in the back. So we found a way to crowdsource that data rather than driving around. Now, just that driving around part, it's called drive testing. That industry is actually worth $3 billion a year. So it's a huge market opportunity that we're tapping into.
Tom, yeah, it's all very interesting. Thank you for that. Your title is Sales and Alliances that you're focusing on. Who are the priority alliances that you need to get on board for your product to be successful?
Sure. The biggest alliance we're looking for at the moment are more big games companies, so who are interested in making more revenue from our partnership. And we put our software inside their games or their apps, and then we can help them to make some more money. So we're looking for big games partners with lots of users to help us collect more information. But we're also looking for value-added partners also. So with all the data that we collect, there's lots of value that can be added through analysis and report creation and investigation of that data. So we're looking for people that can add value to that data as well as part of our Alliance program.
So, how did they go?
Went pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you did confident pitch?
I think so, yeah. No, I forgot some of my script, but I think it went out okay in the end.
That's fine. And do you feel like they got the idea and the concept across?
Yeah, I think so. They asked some really interesting and good questions actually, which I was quite grateful for.
Good stuff. Well, hey, lovely to meet you. Thank you for your time. And yeah, wish you the best of luck.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. So, one down. Should we get the next one in? Hi, how you doing?
David. Good,
So
thanks.
what's your name and where'd you come from?
So I'm Joe Reddington. I'm part of Equality Time. We do social interventions to tackle social problems.
Fantastic, fantastic. So do you do much pitching? Do you get involved in getting in front of things like this before? Have you ever done anything like this before?
Almost never. It's been quite the adventure actually. There's been there's a lot of bright lights and it's kind of fun.
Yeah, hey, why not? Bit of a change. Hey, look, good luck, enjoy our judges, and I shall see you back in here afterwards.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Cheers. So, another one goes to meet our judges. Let's see how he fares.
Hi there. Hi, everybody.
Afternoon. Afternoon.
So Richard has severe cognitive and physical disabilities. He has behavioural issues that often result in violence. He's also my little brother. Richard's never been able to speak, or for that matter, read. And growing up, this was very frustrating for him, and for us. Then, when he was 19, he got a communication device, a set of pages and buttons. The button might say hello, it might say dog, it might say I miss you. It changed his life. The first problem is that Richard isn't alone. Across the UK, it's about 23,000 people who would benefit from communication devices who don't have one. Richard's device was £5,000 when it was new. And communication might be priceless, but There are families choosing between heat and light right now. So we built the free version. There is a URL I can give you, which you can run on your laptop, on your phone, on your tablet, and it'll take you to a fully featured communication aid. From anywhere in the world, 2 clicks from communication. The second problem is that these devices are incredibly hard to edit. Every system is different. Care staff found them hard to engage with. So we decided to go a different way. If you go to the Open Voice Factory's website, you can download, and I'm breaking one of the rules of Disruptive Pitch here, a PowerPoint document. There'll be a special template. You can change the words that people will say, you can add pictures, you can rearrange things exactly as you want. You're going to upload it, it'll be converted, and you'll be given a new URL to your customized communication aid. From anywhere in the world, 10 minutes away from customization. This project won the Nesta Inclusive Technology Prize this year, and we're using the £50,000 prize money to make it go global. We think that giving millions of people across the planet a voice, that's disruptive. Thank you.
Well, fantastic. Well done. I'm Andrew. Well done on getting to where you've got. Can you just explain to me? I think I understand the technology. When you say communication, it's very important for the piece of technology to communicate with someone on the outside. But are we talking about a communication device that people will understand? I mean, how have you worked around the problem of syntax and all that generally tends to come with?
So where we're focusing is on what we call pre-literate communication, so symbolic based. And in such circumstances, the conversation is normally scaffolded by a conversation partner. So my little brother, for example, might say, Argos TV, right? And it's up to the conversational partner by means of asking questions, talking, to find out if he means he wants to go and buy a TV from Argos, or if he wants to talk about the TVs that were in Argos, or he's saying this TV that we are in front of, it is like the one we saw in Argos. So there's scaffolding elements around that at that particular level. Now, this is a spectrum, and at syntax level, at choosing past, future, renaming things, there's a lot of natural language processing that can be done. We're not at that point yet.
Do you think it would be at that point using, I don't know, artificial intelligence, some kind of machine learning to start predicting the type of syntax that you could use? Is that something that is possible later down the line?
It's a place to go, and possibly not later down the line. So we're open source, everything we do is free, and so certainly if anyone would like to do this, and we're very much designed so that researchers can make use of this, it's very easy to use the Open Voice Factory to do exactly that.
Hi there, Joe. Great project, love it, very noble aims, and love the way you've approached it. Interested to understand a bit more about the technology. Does it actually take text and do text to voice so other people involved in the conversation can hear it, or is it just a visual tool? How does that work?
Text to voice, straightforwardly. We're using eSpeak. We're looking into getting some more advanced and pleasant sounding voices, but for the population we're engaging, a voice is better than no voice is the classic. The technology itself is relatively simple in terms of what's produced. It's a set of buttons. The button puts text in a window, another button speaks it or searches Google with it or tweets it, whichever you would like. In terms of the technology that produces it, the compiling, as it were, from the PowerPoint, we're using an API that's open source, and indeed some of our funding has gone to extending that API. We've paid some code bounties to get the functionality we needed, which we couldn't have done with our proprietary system. And it has been about developing the templates and the code in unison. I'm very happy to go over every line of source code with you.
Great, thanks.
Joe, what should I call Doctor?
Joe, please.
Joe. Great haircut, by the way.
Thank you.
I love the delivery of the pitch, and I love the idea. It's very close to my heart too, funny enough. I just want to find out how, most of the best business ideas are normally generated through life experiences, like your brother. Where do you see this developing in more a solid kind of way? I mean, you're looking to go mainstream very quickly, or working with health departments or the NHS, or where's your first leap? Where's it going to be?
The first leap is engagement with the current community of what we call ASC users and people around there. So speech and language therapists, occupational therapists, making sure that what we are building is absolutely right for them. The leaps after that are international, if anything, and that's because despite the fact that there are 23,000 people in the UK who would benefit from this, the UK is actually in a considerably better position than almost all other countries, possible exception of Sweden, partly because of the NHS and partly because for a number of other sensible social reasons. But it is true that right now there is a guy in Afghanistan who is translating our work for his son.
Did you have any barriers like the CQC or anything to overcome? You know,
it's medical device registration.
Yeah.
Because we help to, the technical term is compensate for an injury, and we are software. We understand ourselves. We're waiting for the classification to come back at the moment. We understand ourselves to be a medical device, and that process is taking up quite a lot of our funding and taking a certain amount of time. And we are currently testing it, so we're not at delivery phase yet. Once we're through that, there's some stamps, a few more hoops to jump through, but those hoops will make us a better product.
Welcome back.
Excellent.
How did they go?
Well, actually, they'll see a lot of really good projects today.
Good.
But went in, let the project do the talking, and had a certain amount of fun, actually. Very engaged audience.
And do you think they got the concept of the technology and what you were trying to pitch?
Only they can tell you that. But yes, I explained it as clearly as I could.
Good. And did you enjoy it?
Yes, actually, it's been a lot of fun.
Brilliant. Well, that's the main thing. Well, look, thank you very much. Best of luck.
Wonderful.
We shall hopefully see you soon again.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
So, 2 down. Let's get another one in. Hi, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Very good, and you?
So, yeah, very good, thank you, actually. Very good. So, what's your name and where'd you come from?
My name is Duarte, which is not a really British name.
That's
I'm
fine.
Portuguese.
You don't sound particularly British, so that's absolutely fine.
And so I come from UzuPay. It's a peer-to-peer payment system.
Fantastic, cool. Do you get involved in much pitching? Do you get out and about and do
well,
stuff?
I've recently started pitching, so it's a very new experience to me, but it's a very fun one, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, pleased to hear you think it's fun. So I'll send you out in front of the judges, and yeah, good luck. And I shall see you in here afterwards for a little chat afterwards. Sure. Thank you very much. Well, here goes another one. Let's see how he does.
Good morning, or good afternoon, gentlemen. See you all a bit shocked. I'm the only 16-year-old guy presenting here today. See how it goes, right? So my name is Duarte. I'm presenting you today UzuPay, which is a peer-to-peer payment system. I've co-founded the company together with Luis, who has a very extensive technical background. He's a serial entrepreneur with over 30 years experience. I myself have an experience on marketing, so 4 years specifically focused on startups. And both me and Luis, we've been working together on several projects, and we have this fintech passion that we share. It's very strong, and we've identified a very exciting problem within today's fintech environment, which is millennials prefer to pay or prefer to use systems paying systems within social networks. And why is this a problem? Well, first of all, as you know, millennials pretty much live in a social environment. They communicate with each other via social networks, via instant messaging apps, which has caused the banking apps to lose the peer-to-peer market to the key players within social networks. Mainly because it's not easy to transfer money from a bank account under any circumstance. You have to go through a lot of paperwork, and it's just not doing it for millennials. So how are we going to tackle this? We're going to build the next generation platform for peer-to-peer payments based on 4 premises. First of all, it's a socially context platform, meaning that it can run on any social channel or instant messaging app. Second, it's millennial focused, meaning that we have created bespoke technology. Luis is our technical guy, and he has been building it based on our study of the millennial behavior. And being a millennial myself, I can pretty much give instant feedback and insight on the current building. Thirdly, it's very practical tool because it's not just an app. It's actually can be accessed by any connected device, being it your phone, your computer, anything at all. And fourth of all, it's well, pretty much not confined to a single operating system, as for example Apple Pay is. It just runs on the Apple iOS. So, in terms of the market that we're talking about, Forrester estimates that it's about 14 billion big in Europe, and it's going to double in the next 3 years. Yeah. Several key players within the social network industries have already identified this opportunity and are moving in. The United States, you have Snapcash, you got Facebook Messenger who are testing it out as a peer-to-peer payment platform. That really validates the market that we want to address, as there is no big player still in Europe. We are currently building the MVP, the minimum viable product. We're finishing the core modules, which is basically the payment processing, the compliance issues, PCI, anti-money laundering, and we're going to move to the next phase where we'll add the intelligence. So it's basically we're going to incorporate artificial intelligence, machine learning. We're looking into the new technologies like blockchain as well. Thank you very much. This is UzuPay, the future of peer-to-peer payments.
Duarte, have I got the name right?
Perfect.
Very interesting, and I know it's a very difficult market, isn't it, the peer-to-peer payment industry.
Extremely difficult.
And you're aiming it at the next generation that was going to use this. Will I be paying by Facebook or social media outlets with an integration to your system? How would
it's we can, through the usage of links, we can actually incorporate our platform into other social media channels. So we just created, so the process can be as simple as generating a link that creates a connection between a UzuPay account and a bank account, a UzuPay account and another UzuPay account, bank account. So it's pretty flexible, and it just uses social media channels as a means to go from A to B. And the difference between Snapcash and Facebook Messenger, for example, is that not only they're confined, but they are not into the financial business yet. We are building the core as a financial institution from scratch.
So it's like a social media aware payment system?
Yeah, pretty much. As a means of distributing, if you will.
It's interesting, I had a conversation last night with someone who said that they were on an online banking system and a Facebook JavaScript came up, and he was horrified by it, to the point where he said, I'm moving banks. How do you, I mean, this is a human problem, how do you get around this human trust element? Are you essentially saying, look, this isn't for everyone, there'll be a certain type of person, or do you have ideas of how you gain confidence in this? Because obviously with social...
The security is key, and millennials are a group of individuals who take security very seriously, and once you lose it, or if you overpromise and under-deliver, then you're pretty much over, and that's it. Our main asset, we believe, will be in the security that's underlying on our technology. So we're developing the core ourselves. It's our own bespoke technology, and the main message that we want to come across or want to transmit to our future audience will be exactly that with us there's zero chance of anything going wrong with your money, because we know the importance of the business, we know we're dealing with your money, and we'll also have some interesting things that will come up after when we add the intelligence part as well.
All very interesting. You talked about your millennial focus and the fact that you're in that category, and therefore, you know, it's something that you would definitely want. Other than yourself, how are you researching this?
So, we have some issues with the FCA license, so we cannot just open market our product yet. It's not even finished yet. So our idea is once we finish the MVP, which will be very soon in a couple of months, we're going to have beta testers. So different groups, all specialized, all team. We have fintech team, a young team. So we're still trying to work out what are the teams going to be like. We have some ideas in terms of segmentation of clients, but we'll definitely have several different beta testers that we're going to be using for a 6-month period to test it out and correct everything that's coming up.
Hey, how do you think that went?
It's very good, very interesting experience. The judges are very friendly, and pitching is just fun.
Of course it is. Of course it is. And do you think they got the message? Do you think you...
I think so. I think the main things got out. We practiced a little bit beforehand, and
good.
I hope it goes for the best.
Cool. Practice makes perfect. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
And I'll see you again soon.
See you later.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So, another one down. Let's keep them rolling. Let's bring another one in. Hi, how you doing?
David.
So what's your name and where'd you come from?
Jason Purville. I come from Droplet Computing.
Fantastic.
We're a British startup just getting going.
Brilliant.
Delighted to be here today and having the opportunity to pitch.
Brilliant. So do you do a lot of pitching? Do you get out and get in front of customers and
So really what we're doing at the moment is focusing on the VC community. That's where we've been focusing, but we have had the opportunity over the last several weeks to get in front of some real clients.
Fantastic.
And the resonance has been fantastic.
So pitching to VCs, our judges should be nothing in
It
comparison.
should be a cakewalk, but I'll tell you afterwards. I get the feeling it could be a bit of a grilling that I'm going to go through. We'll
Fantastic. Well, good luck.
Thank you, David.
And
Appreciate
we'll
it.
see you back in here afterwards.
Look forward to it. Thank
Fantastic.
you.
Well, another one goes out in front of the judges, so let's see how he does.
Hi there. My name's Jason Purvell from Droplet Computing. We're a development company creating a container technology which will enable fully featured Windows applications to run on any compute device, whether connected or not. If, like me, you've ever tried to access an online document and edit it while using the Wi-Fi on the underground, while in motion, you'll understand the frustration of being connected one moment, and then just as you've managed to get the document open and started to work on it, the session disconnects as your train leaves the station. This is the frustration which we feel millions of end users are experiencing on a daily basis, accessing content from the internet or applications which are digitally delivered. And it's an issue which we haven't been able to address despite our best endeavours as an industry, because the cloud isn't always available at all times, everywhere. That's what drove us to bring together a team of people to basically create a container technology which enables cloud-delivered applications to become portable. What this means is that we're now able to remain productive where we have limited Wi-Fi on a device of our choice. We're able to choose whether or not to connect to a hotspot, and often the cost of doing so can be prohibitive. And we can remain productive on devices which are low-powered, such as Chromebooks, on a flight from London to San Francisco or to Houston, Texas. The way in which we delivered this is a container technology or a layer, a compatibility layer, which provides just enough runtime environment for Windows applications to believe that they're working in a viable environment. The consequence of which is that because it's extremely thin, we can make that portable between devices. Because the second thing we've achieved is the ability to basically deliver that on a common platform which all smart devices have today, i.e. the browser. By doing this, we've now enabled corporates and individuals to become truly mobile, to choose the device that they want to use to do their job on a day-to-day basis. And we feel that it could be quite revolutionary within the industry as a consequence. Where we're going with this is the idea of basically making cloud-delivered applications such as SaaS, taking the elements, small elements of databases and compressing them down and basically taking those offline as well, and provide effectively a buffer for those times when the cloud connection fails. Droplet computing, we feel, can revolutionize the delivery of applications to schools, to industries, and will also help people like me when I'm on the tube trying to refine my pitch for disruptive tech and unable to connect to the network. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to pitch today, and we'll welcome any questions.
You talked about lots of different markets that you could be going into,
Sure.
the business market, individuals, you've mentioned hospitals, schools, overseas. How are you going to prioritise all that in your plan as you're ramping up?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think we have an opportunity here with a product which has pretty much a universal demand. The way in which we want to address this is not through ourselves actually going out to all those markets, but rather to find partnerships which allow us to address those markets. Specifically, we're looking at Chromebook manufacturers, for example, or tablet manufacturers, and looking to basically work with them to create embedded products. In addition to that, we're looking for resellers who are working in verticals such as, for example, public sector, or in healthcare, or in education, which are prime markets, we believe, in the first instance. And they're probably the ones we'll focus on for the first little while in order to basically ensure that we are delivering a good quality of product and service to the initial client base.
And have you tested the demand that you mentioned as well?
That's a great question. Yes, we have. So we're speaking to a number of NHS trusts at the moment, a very major car manufacturer, pharmaceutical company, and also some end user compute integrators as well, who are clearly interested in basically working with us to deliver this vision.
Hosted desktop has been, and has it come and has it gone, possibly. You see that as a replacement for that in one element on the commercial level?
I think our vision really is to basically work with the existing and incumbent cloud vendors, or the providers of technology for cloud, and find ways in which to basically augment their technology such that we complement and increase their reach, as opposed to looking to supplant them and replace them. I don't think that's really our vision at all. We think we are a complementary technology. A lot of the conversations we have had initially have been around applications such as midwives going into rural communities. And the first question they ask is, what's the Wi-Fi code? But there is no Wi-Fi, right? I mean, they still need access to those medical records in order to do their daily job. So there are opportunities, we feel, to basically work with other vendors, perhaps predictive analytics, to basically deliver workloads on a day-to-day basis out into the field, and then basically they go offline, and when they come back online, resynchronize to the cloud.
So, how did you find that?
Oh, well, it was a whirlwind. I think I had 3 minutes. I think I managed to get within the 3 minutes, probably a little bit less. But the questions were brilliant. I mean, the judges really understand their stuff, and they're very incisive questions. And hopefully, the audience will understand that, at the last minute being asked to sort of jump into somebody else's shoes to do the presentation is nerve-wracking, but I've thoroughly enjoyed the experience.
Good, and do you feel they got the concept and the idea correctly?
I believe they did. The questions they're asking were perfect, and really, I think that they reflect the kind of questions that we have been getting from people we've been speaking to date. So, looking forward to seeing how this goes.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck.
You,
and
David.
fingers crossed we'll see you in the next round.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Cheers. So, one more down. Let's see what the next one has to offer.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Good.
So, what's your name and where did you come from?
So my name's Paul Cruz and I'm sales director at a business called Fluid Ads. So we're a startup based just down the road here in Old Street.
Fantastic. So, being a startup, you must do these pitches all the time. It must be like second nature.
Well, it's getting that way. Yeah, we've had a few good ones recently. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Fantastic. Well, I won't hold you any longer. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Hope it goes well.
Will do.
Enjoy the judges.
Thank you very much.
So, one more in front of the judges. Let's see how he does.
So my name's Paul Cruz. I'm sales director for a startup called Fluid Ads. We're based just down the road here in Old Street, and our business is really straightforward. So we've developed a platform which makes it easy to produce great looking, data-driven, cross-device ads and to do it at scale. So anyone that's investing in display or programmatic display should be interested in what we do. So what I should probably do is I want to explain why we're disruptive. I should probably just give you a bit of context about the niche that we operate in. So programmatic display automates the buying and selling of digital ads online. It does it in real time. And it's a big channel, it's big business. Advertisers and marketers are very excited about it. To put some numbers behind that, spend in the UK in that particular channel has increased 59% in the last year. It now makes up 35% of all the digital ad spend here in the UK, and that's about £3 billion this year. Now advertisers get excited about it because it promises two things. It promises them huge scale, so getting in front of lots and lots of people, but also the ability to target that audience with the right with the right message at the right time on the right device. Very exciting. However, there's also a big challenge because in order to get the right message in front of the right user at the right time, I have to produce lots of ads. That's a big deal, hundreds if not thousands of ads. And because of that challenge, right now, there are winners and there are losers. The winners are agencies because many of the advertisers out there, they can't do this, they can't produce these ads in-house. So what they have to do is spend a ton of money with agencies that will do that for them. And therefore, the advertisers lose, right? Because much of the money they should be seeing as return, as ROI from this exciting channel, they're just seeing it squandered with agencies. We're disruptive because any advertiser with the Fluid Ads platform just doesn't need their agency anymore. They're able to use our platform in-house to produce hundreds of ads very, very quickly that are high quality ads. They save a lot of money in terms of not having to pay agencies, but also they see a better return from those ads because they're higher quality, they're targeted, they're data driven. Just 2 weeks ago, we won a great endorsement. So we were named as Unilever's Next Big Thing 2016. So out of many hundreds of startups in the UK, we won that, and we are now starting our partnership with Unilever. So that's what we do, and it'd be great to get any questions that you have.
Paul, welcome.
Well, thank you very much.
I've got a couple of questions, but I'll be very brief, which is unlike me,
Please
I know,
be
but
brief.
yeah. Interesting. I saw advertised recently face recognition adverts. Now, recognising as a walk-up to platform and displaying ads relevant to on my history, using whatever Spark or whatever platform at the back end. Now, I guess I think that's a future of advertising, but how does that work? Do you fit in with that model?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and that kind of development into audiences of one that's the kind of common parlance. So you get the message which is just for you, and I don't mean just that jumper that you looked at last week following you around the internet. That's not what we're talking about, right? But yes, that is the way that things will develop. We're not there yet. Very few people are, if anyone. But if you were to ask about how's our business going to develop over the coming months, it will be about enriching the way that we're able to target our ads. So that's a great example. Other examples which are probably much closer in terms of us releasing would be things like changing the creative that we serve based on the weather, changing the creative that we serve based on real-time events that are happening. So for example, there's some great work done over the Olympics whereby a brand, we can change the messaging based on Team GB have just won this medal, etc. So yeah, we're going that way. We're not there yet. No one really is.
Hi Paul.
Hi.
You talked about your system being data driven. Can you dig into that a bit more and explain what you mean?
Yeah, sure. So I guess there's two aspects of what we do. There's the fact that we can create lots of ads and do it very quickly, right? So thinking back to the Unilever pitch that we did, we produced in just under 5 minutes 480 ads, okay? And I think that's a world record as far as we're concerned. They look great and all the rest of it. However, we don't want to just always serve the same ad based on, all the time. So what we do is we take what we call a data structure, almost a decision tree that sits behind those ads. So in other words, it says, if it's this time of day, serve this ad. If it's a Sunday rather than a Wednesday, serve this ad. If actually this user's based in Germany, serve this ad that's written in German. So that's how data informs which ads are served under which conditions, under certain conditions. And that's the bit I was just talking about. We're only a month old, but that ability to serve ads dynamically will just grow in its kind of granularity, I guess.
Part of the appeal of this is getting rid of the agencies, which some people might find a glorious concept. I used to run a company with Neil over there, and Neil decided to try his hand one day doing some advertising for us, and it was abysmal. I mean, it was something I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even enter in a 5-year-old's content. How do you? Don't you worry about the problem of quality control? Because you do. If you're saying that companies can release hundreds of adverts, how do you not stop? But how do you relax lots and lots of rubbish junk just going out into the world?
Yeah.
And essentially tarnishing your reputation as a provider.
Yeah. Firstly, if you're a Fluid Ads customer, you can build your ads using our proprietary templates, and those are high quality templates. In our opinion, they're high quality templates. We're kind of good at what we do. But then there'll be lots of brands that they don't want to use templates produced by us. They've invested a lot of money working with creative agencies to produce fantastic creative. Now, in that instance, you can absolutely continue to use that creative. The way that we do that is we take that creative output from wherever it's come from, and we repurpose that by way of a template within our platform. So no advertiser that uses Fluid Ads needs to feel restrained by the templates that we provide.
Bad marketing, eh?
It was terrible. It was horrible. I still have nightmares about it. Years of therapy. Paul, thank you very much.
Fantastic. How did it go?
Yeah, really good, I think. Yeah, I enjoyed it, yeah. The time flew by, but a really nice panel of judges and great questions.
Good.
And yeah, it felt like it went well.
Good. And you think they got your message and they got the idea and the context of the project?
I think so. We're very fortunate that our proposition is really quite straightforward. It's a great proposition, it's a great product, but it's quite easy to articulate.
Well, often the best ones are.
Well, I hope so.
Fantastic. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, one more down. Let's get another one in. Hi there. How you doing? What's your name and where did you come from?
Sam Lupton. We're doing a project GALA, as you can see.
Fantastic. So, do you get involved with a lot of pitching? Are you out there talking about the project?
A lot of it is about education. So,
yeah,
you have to talk to a lot of people about it and get quite excited about it.
Well, let's see if you can get our judges excited.
I hope
Good
I
luck.
will.
I shall see you back in here afterwards. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well, another one goes out in front of our judges, so let's see how he does.
Good afternoon, my name's Sam Lupton. And just as a bit of introduction, it's a slightly different pitch. It's about establishing the UK's very first autonomous business community. GALA was conceived as a way of bringing businesses in the south of England to the bright light of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. The vision was that businesses of all sizes, from large manufacturing down to the small corner shop, should benefit from this technology. Everyone's into blockchain and cryptocurrencies now. The Birmingham recently announced they were doing their own local currency. If you have a region with a lot of intertrading, a local currency makes a lot of sense. If it's a cryptocurrency, you also get the benefit of supply chain management within the industries as well. Blockchain is being used all over the place now. Obviously, all the banks are using it. Even the military is getting into it to secure their military networks. And for the Internet of Things, it's a marriage made in heaven. Not only do you get the asset management, you also get micropayments. And when we talk to people, 90% of the people just got blank faces. The other 10% came up with technical issues. So we thought, we need to spend some time addressing these issues and making sure we've got everything right before we start trying to just go out and do it. We're going to put the soft arms of GALA around businesses. We're going to educate them, tell them how it's going to improve their business, how it's going to improve profitability, competitiveness, reduce costs. And by doing that, we're also going to run pilots for specific industries, like the gaming industry with Hampshire County Council, obviously an Internet of Things pilot, a food security pilot with Southampton University, everything from the animal in the farm right through to the end product. So with GALA, no more dodgy horse meat lasagna. There's a result. We've got to this stage now where we looked at the technical issues, we've worked with a lot of businesses. We're at the stage where we need to put the infrastructure in place, start building out, start educating people. And so we need partners and sponsors, which is why I'm here. But make no mistake, this network will be built. It's true, folks, not only will it be built, but the Mexicans are going to pay for it. And there's just been too much Donald Trump on TV. Perhaps it's a good time to have some questions now. Who would like to start?
I don't know where to start, Sam, but I have one that has to start somewhere up there. Okay, I'm still a little bit confused what GALA do.
Yeah, me too. Lots of buzzwords there, but no.
And you're the first person to wear a T-shirt on the show, I might add.
I like it.
Yeah.
You know,
I knew
even though I still ask.
So,
It's all about communication.
Is it
creating? You're advocating, aren't you? You're advocating blockchain within the north of England.
This is a community project. Yeah. It's an autonomous business community. No one owns it. It's run for the business within the south of England by the business.
I mean,
I'm its champion, and there's a team of us that work as champions together.
So, can you just describe one example for us? You talked about Southampton, and was that the supply chain, Southampton University, the supply chain example?
An example. Let's look at a small corner shop.
Yep.
I see them all the time. You get students, we're a student town, going in and they're buying £1, £20, £2 worth of goods. And and they get charged 50p because they all use plastic. Now with GALA, as a local cryptocurrency, they only pay the £1.50 or whatever the goods were worth. And the shopkeeper doesn't have any merchant fees, so it's win-win on both sides. But that means that student has an extra 50p he can go in and spend again at that shop. So it's increasing the size of the economy as well.
But the problem with blockchain is the integration with other blockchains. This has always been the problem with like the API connectivity, and no one actually ever agree on anything. And then you have this other problem with cryptocurrency, which you actually can't spend it anywhere. Like Bitcoin, if you try to spend a Bitcoin anywhere, it's very difficult, you know, unless it's on the internet.
It's not that difficult.
You know,
but that's the
I
whole
can't
point
go to
of
my
being
shop
a
around the
learner.
corner and say, I want 200 Benson Hedges gold, and can I pay with this Bitcoin?
There are some shops in Southampton you can.
Yeah, there's one in London, but I think the point Neil's
the
making
idea is that GALA will educate people, target shops and areas, so that won't be an issue.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of blockchain technology. I just
But
think
to answer your question specifically, that's why we're working with the best minds in the world at Portsmouth, Westminster, Southampton, to actually address that integration side of it, and we believe we have an answer.
And the answer is?
It's based on something called StarNet, which was a network built for all the universities in Europe to come together and share astrophysical data, massive amounts of data, but they've all got different computer systems, and it works. It's great.
I mean, I get what you're doing, and I embrace the idea of this technology. I think it's great, but outside of an academic circle, how big a challenge are you going to have convincing the average person on the street that blockchain, cryptocurrency, all these things are viable measures for the future?
It's easy by making them use it.
Maybe a really simple question, but where does the name GALA come from? Why GALA?
Thank goodness someone asked that question. It came out of originally an objection to the whole concept, where I said, look, we need a local currency, cryptocurrency. And someone said, you can't have a local cryptocurrency because once it's out on the internet, everyone can have it. We thought, yes. Now, all those exporters who want to go to countries where they can't get hard currency, those countries can generate GALA, and so we open up new markets for them. So GALA stands for Globally Available for Local Action.
So you say you're looking for partnerships and partners to work with. What are you looking for the partners to do? How are you looking for them to work with you?
The size of the blockchain is crucial. We're actually going to start off with a fairly massive amount of computing power by rolling in some of the universities' computing capabilities. But yeah, we do need people to work with us. We need people to help us with the education process. Need some cash as well.
You'll pull that off in 5 years, do you think?
It's ambitious.
Yeah, it's quite an ambitious timescale, really.
Yeah. Well, nothing like a bit of ambition.
I admire your confidence.
I do too. It is an ambitious project.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It drives excitement. And it'll be quite profitable for whoever's involved with us as well.
Okay.
Yes, that was great.
How did you find that?
Oh, great.
Yeah, do you think they got the idea?
No one gets the idea first time, but it's a process, and I think they all enjoyed it, which is the important thing.
And decentralised cryptocurrency is never the easiest, most sort of simplistic topic to get your head around first time round.
Certainly isn't, but it's well worth trying.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much
for coming in today, and we hope you're very successful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. So, one more down, a few more to go. Let's get the next one in. Hi,
Hello.
How are you doing?
Very
nice
well.
to meet you. If you'd like to tell us what's your name, where'd you come from?
Yes, I'm Fabrizio. I come from Italy.
Yep.
And I've started a company called Expressly.
Fantastic. So, do you do much of this pitching? Do you get in front of VCs or customers?
Well, certainly I get a lot of opportunities to pitch the company, and as London is such a wonderful hub, we've been based here for a couple of years now. So
fantastic. So you're actually based here?
Yes, we're based here with 2 Italian co-founders and a Brit. So we've got a Brit international mix.
Fantastic. Well, good luck. Enjoy the judges, and we shall see you back in here afterwards.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, the other one goes out in front of the judges. Let's see how he fares.
Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Fabrizio from Expressly. I am Italian, and together with me I have another Italian co-founder and a British co-founder, so we're a pretty diverse team. What we have set out to do is to liberate the world of digital marketing from what is fundamentally a broken proposition today. Let me step back and explain you a once upon a time story, if you will. So once upon a time, if you opened a store on the high street, you just pretty much open the doors and you expected for people to roll in. Well, today you open a store online, or you open a website or app or a beautiful piece of software and nobody comes, so you have to go pay Google, Facebook to get the privilege of having users. Now the challenge is, after you've paid a lot of money to them, as to the tune of 10 billion pounds in the UK alone, you have to verify your users. The equivalent in the offline world would be if you had a big security guard essentially tapping and searching and IDing customers, and then when the gentleman goes to pay, you actually call their bank to check if they're real, for really good reasons, for authentication. Now, our intuition today is all of that model is fundamentally broken because most of the people come from a place where they're already known and trusted. So why not become an advertiser if you're selling something? You already have users, you already know them, you already have their trust and they have your trust, if you will. Why not transfer that together with the advertising? So what we do is we cut out the middleman into advertising relationship, and we make the journey from one property to another property on the internet, exclusively online, very smooth, seamless. With one click, you can basically migrate your data across. And what happens is, you see an ad, it could be, for example, you land at Heathrow and you want to get a taxi, then you're on the taxi, you want to get the Financial Times, and you want to buy something from the Financial Times and then buy something based on the relevance with something else you've purchased. All of those things we can power with one click. You land onto the new site and the brand of the place you're coming from, so for example British Airways, and you land on Addison Lee and saying, do you want to use your British Airways data to very quickly get an Addison Lee card? And you can say yes or no, right? And if you say yes, now from a privacy standpoint, we have your authorization and your full awareness that we can get your data and transfer it across. With that experience, customers are extremely happy. Their feedback is, this is obvious, why weren't you doing it this way? And 50 to 80% of the people actually choose to transfer their data. So they're arguably happy, not just about when we call them and ask them about the experience, but even they show it from the data perspective. The business model works that the receiving side pays the sending side, as in, let's say, a traditional affiliate model, with 100% accuracy in the attribution, because we verify the data in the back end. So including such complex things as refunds after a week, or long-term subscriptions, we can pretty much guarantee 100% accurate on all of that. And we are now at the stage where we have 200 sites reaching 15 million users gross, so including double counts. That's where we are today. That's my pitch, so if you want to ask me questions, I'm very happy to answer.
Would I be right in saying that, I mean, from my limited understanding of marketing, before anyone comments, would I say this is affiliate marketing, really, but with also my personal data that's been registered elsewhere? Would that be right? And utilising that?
I think it's a very fair analogy. In fact, we call it affiliate plus.
Yeah.
Because of two things. The first thing is affiliate marketing connects advertisers with publishers. We connect advertisers directly. And the second one is the migration of the data, so the better experience. Whereas affiliate is just a click generation business model. We have a customer generation business model.
So what benefit would it be for me to join this?
For you as an advertiser, let's say as a sender or as a receiver? As a consumer, that your journey is much, much easier. In migrating to the new site. You can literally check out with as little as few as 2 clicks. 1 click to confirm the migration of the data, and a second click to confirm you actually want to buy, because you still have to verify what you're doing. It's really easy and seamless, as few as 5 seconds, if you will. And it's also a lot more secure, because if you type your data from an app or a computer, actually that data can be snooped by third parties. Whereas in this way, it all goes through the back end. And is actually arguably more private, because you know what's going on, as opposed to those annoying digital ads that chase you forever from retargeting. So, we're really trying to make the whole experience better for everybody into the mix.
And are you looking for technology partners to help you, in particular, grow your business?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I get a big advantage of today is getting exposure to system integrators or large technology players. You see, for us, coming from McKinsey, having a big brand name like IBM or a big integrator is a big advantage, because we don't necessarily have the credibility of a big brand name. And for many of our clients, it's important to make sure that someone does the technical due diligence, the security, the privacy that verifies our claims, so to say. So I think that there's a clear synergy opportunity in that.
Obviously the key to this is making sure the consumer actually trusts you enough to click that button to pass the data over. So are you already compliant with all the new data privacy regulations that are coming in, GDPR, etc.? Is that really going to change your model?
So I'm actually sorry we can't use these beautiful screens behind here to show you how the customer journey works, but there's a demo on our homepage. Now, the point is we were compliant with, I know talking about the European Union is not very popular in the UK these days, but we were complying with the European Union Privacy Directive that came out in March, even 1.5 years ago when we first designed the solution. Because the point is the data is property of the customer, and portability of the data is actually the direction where all the regulation is going. So we're fully privacy and security compliant, if you will. We could go into technical details, but from a customer standpoint, they get to see the brand of the place they're coming from. So they're not necessarily an expressly proposition. That's also a big part of our go-to-market strategy. We don't necessarily want to create a wallet or a brand awareness directly with consumers. The brand awareness is already with British Airways if you're coming from there. So the reassurance is you're being referred by them, you see their brand on the receiving side, and therefore you assume that they've done the due diligence for you. That's the idea.
So, how do you feel that went?
Well, it was interesting, very good, relevant questions, and I feel talking to a camera is certainly not something you do every day, but it was a great experience to have 4 judges just in front of me. I feel they understood my proposition.
Good.
And I think it's not an easy proposition to explain.
No.
So I'm proud that in 2 years when we've been practicing, we got probably hopefully better at explaining it. So
well, the more you do it, the more refined it becomes.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
No, fantastic. Look, real pleasure. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. And yeah, thank you for coming on.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. So, one more down. So let's see what the next one has to offer. So, time for another one. Hi, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Hi there, I'm good. How are you?
Brilliant. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Ian Bloom, Mobile ID.
That's it.
That's
Fantastic.
it, yeah.
So, do you get involved in pitching and sort of getting out in front of judges? And do you do this at all?
I do, yeah, more and more often. I've got a background in public speaking, so, this is what I do.
Fantastic. Well, brilliant. Well, you should be absolutely fantastic.
Superb.
No worries about
We'll
you.
see.
Go see the judges
Excellent.
and let's see how you do.
Thanks a lot.
Fantastic. So, one more out to go and see our judges. Public speaker. Lots to live up to. Let's see how he does.
Hello there. Hi there. Hi. My name's Ian Bloom from Mobile ID. I'm the CIO. I'm here to tell you about our application, Port ID. Port ID is an identity and document verification checker designed specifically for the needs of business. What does that really mean? Well, we like to say it's the power of border control on an iPhone, plus a complicated financial checker that will do checks all the way up to anti-money laundering compliance. How do we differentiate ourselves from the crowd? Our USP is cost, convenience, quality, data protection, and security. Our app itself is purely cloud-based. Using the business model is software as a service. We're totally engineered over the over the cloud. And we provide both the administration system, the back-end database, and the cloud space, all in the cloud, and it's all secure to banking standards. So why do we think our product is required at the moment? Well, if you look at some of the big issues in society today, you only have to look at recent events: border control, migration, movement of money across borders, and onboarding of clients safely on the internet. We believe we can help businesses with those problems. We're looking at industries including fintech, government, public sector, healthcare, construction, and also we're looking a lot in the Gulf as well with our product. So those are the industries we're looking at. So probably you're saying, well, how does it work? Without my app or my trusty assistant here, basically you have a passport, national ID card, or driving license, up to 4,500 official documents from around the world, so we cover every country in the world. You scan that into your iPhone, and 45 seconds later we get back results which is the results look to match against 200 separate databases. And as I said, some of them are narcotics traffickers to electoral roll. Obviously, key to the application is the link to the airport's database, which is what gives us the border control sort of capability. One other thing I should mention as well on top of that is no data is kept in the phone itself. So we are completely data protection compliant. That's my background, one of my backgrounds. So we've engineered it to make sure that we get over those privacy concerns right from the get-go. I believe that's probably my 3 minutes.
If I were a drug dealer,
yep.
I'd probably have a nicer suit, but if I were a drug dealer, what's to stop me from just, I mean, how did you get access to passport
Yeah,
data?
that was the bit.
This is where I'm going to worry you, because the airlines and airport database is actually an open source database.
Wow.
So you can access to it if you so want.
Without any permission whatsoever.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so
I mean, you have to get that access, and you have to have the capability to move the data, but it's an open database. So you know, we have our OCR technology is through a third-party vendor, and we've incorporated that into our app. But effectively, it's an open database. Now, the other databases, some of them are open, some of them are actually closed, and obviously I'll sort of tell you afterwards which are which. One of the reasons our app is designed the way it is, when you actually log in, it's about having informed consent, because some of the databases are sort of restricted. So we need to actually tell you what we're going to check against. And that's why we've designed the app the way we have. And also, none of the data, I will reiterate, is in the phone. It's all in the cloud, kept encrypted, and it's matching data only.
So the end user needs to scan their ID, their passport, their driver license, whatever. Why would they do it? What's the benefit for the end user?
Well, when you say the benefit for the end user, if let's say I come to work for you, and you say to me, "What's your name?" and I say Ian Bloom, and you say, "Okay, you're going to just trust me?"
I'm just going to show you my passport.
Yeah, and how do you know that's a real passport?
How do you know it's a real passport?
I know it's a real passport because the database that we're looking at looks at the watermarks, it looks at the number range, it looks at whether the picture has been tampered with, and it's exactly the same as you coming through the border. So if you want to know who your employees are, which you should do for anti-money laundering purposes, you would need to use an app like ours. I sort of come from a policy background, so I don't want to stray into the difference between an assurance society and a trust society, but...
Ian, interesting model. I've seen other companies do something similar for tracing and checking the authenticity of luxury goods, luxury items.
Oh, right.
The diamonds,
okay.
the diamond industry, I think the wine industry now as well.
Could be.
I think it's a similar model as what you're doing. So it's checking the history and the traceability and authenticity of.
I mean, what I was surprised.
People.
What I was surprised, I think, like you know, you probably expressed, is that there are hundreds of databases out there that can tell me whether you're married or divorced, where you were married, the church. I mean, these things are available. Obviously, we're buying them from third parties, but there is such a rich picture we can build up of the individual. And because of our platform, we've got other sort of products on the way where we can attach a social media checker and do a floor print check of you. So have that all in one. And the beauty is that we can bring it back on the phone within 45 seconds as well. So you can do those checks that, you know, we've all been to hotels and they say, "Give us your passport." They take your passport, maybe photocopy it. You don't know what happens to that photocopy. You know, they probably don't check it. With our app, they could check it 30 seconds. Yep, you are who you say you are. And the benefits for society of doing that, even though we're in it, you know, for usual reasons, there are benefits to society for doing that. My background was in policing, so I can sort of see how that would help.
Nice, how did you find that?
Hi. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Good. Very much enjoyed it? Or?
Yeah. It's always good to challenge yourself.
Yeah, well, it certainly sounded good from in here. So
that's good, thank you.
Fingers crossed. Well, anyway,
Yeah,
look,
brilliant.
Good luck.
Thanks
Thank you
a
ever
lot.
so much for coming
No
down.
worries.
And,
Thanks a
we'll
lot.
see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
So that's it. 8 startups have come and gone. They've all pitched to our judges. Now it's our judges' chance to have their deliberation and figure out exactly which 2 are going to go into Team Neil and Team Andy to win a chance to pitch at the live final at Cloud Expo Europe in March.
Well, it was tough, but I think we've identified 2 winners. Team Neil, it's going to be Tom Luke. Thank you, Tom.
Congratulations.
Team Andy, because I'm very interested to see what the evolution of this company and product is, was Joe from the Open Voice Factory. So
Fantastic.
Dr. Joe.
Congratulations. Two rightful winners, and I think as we actually spoke, probably they were the 2 that certainly stuck in my mind as the winners.
Good.
Fantastic. Well,
yeah,
that's been it.
Great.
Another period of time spent with us, and we really hope you've enjoyed it. So until next month, it's bye from me, it's bye from Neil, and it's bye from Andy. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next month. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.